Good morning, everybody. Oh, the reason why I really couldn't come live yesterday was because of the fact that I was cleaning, and when I did actually step up on Pizarro's platform to answer the question, would I participate in Ness's Lunchable competition? See, this. Let me say this to you, June G. If you're in the clouds or if you're listening. I really wouldn't have cared if the pastor's wife was going to be a judge or not. Like, y'all say some of the stupidest stuff out of y'all mouth sometimes. And yeah, it was stupid for you to say that, sweetheart, because uh, my cooking, I'm just speaking about mine. My cooking is not to be, first of all, if I want to compete in a competition, I don't care who the judge is. I used to cook professionally. When I say that, I actually did work for the fresh grocer here in Philadelphia, so my cooking, baby, is not questionable. Ain't nobody ever question. My cooking is not questionable. The last church I was at, when they would have stuff, I would always take food there. My cooking is not questionable. Whether it was a banana pudding or fried fish, fried chicken, macaroni and cheese. It's, see, if you was to say just my son ate it and it was good, then you would say he biased. Not at all. When I make macaroni and cheese, if I put too much of something in it, my son will tell me, Mama, you that one time I put sour cream in it to see how it would turn out. My son said, don't you ever do that again. So see, I didn't raise sons that wouldn't tell me the truth. Not at all. So when you said that dumb stuff out your mouth, see, I'm trying not to cuss now. When you said that dumb stuff out your mouth about the pastor's wife, I couldn't have cared less about her being no judge. She ain't really in person tasting my cooking. And just so we're clear about where I've been and what I've done. The last church that I was at, the first lady, Brandy Duggar Aiken, was a chef. Right. I am the cook, and I sat under a chef that gave me pointers on things, right? Because I'm open to learning. Even though I used to cook and I cook well, I'm open to learning. So when you said that dumb stuff out your mouth, see, you thought it was trolling, but you didn't really actually know that the last church that I was at, right here in Philadelphia, the first lady is not just first lady, baby. She was a chef that had her own business. She welcomed me alongside to cook with her, and she taught me a lot. You might have thought it was a joke. I did. I really didn't see. If I was having some questions about participating. Your dumb comment made me easily want to back out. Whether you thought it was trolling or not, I didn't find that funny. I didn't. See, sometimes when you say stuff out your mouth and you think it's funny, which you didn't know, I was already on the fence about participating, and your comment just made me bow out gracefully. See, that's why I really don't want to come back over to the beef sector. It's because whether I am beefing with my former pastor or I'm not, the dumb stuff that sometimes y'all say out y'all mouth, the yeah, that was, and I just had to hold on to the reins of the altar and not cuss you out last night on Pizarro's panel, cause a daggone sure wanted to. Cause see, I ain't so human that I can't say how I really felt. That was dumb. See, that wasn't no trolling. My cooking. I'm just speaking about mine's. Mine's ain't questionable. It ain't questionable that I can go downstairs right now if I wanted to and make you a pan of banana pudding or bread pudding or peach cobbler. My cooking. I'm just speaking about mine. I ain't speaking about nobody else. I'm talking about my southern background. I can make you a pan of banana pudding. It ain't got nothing to do with no pudding that's sold in no store. I know how to get you some carnation milk and some the dry ingredients and mix them all up. Of course I do. My grandmama had a restaurant here. I knows how. So when you say some dumb stuff out your mouth talking about who the hell cares? For real, I don't. If you was talking about Ellen, okay, right, but when you used to talk about Brandy Duggar Aiken, who I sat under for about 2.5, 3 years and learned a lot from Brandy. So you didn't know that. Right. So you said the pastor's wife, you ain't put no name on it. But I'm putting name on it for you so you won't say nothing dumb out your mouth like that again to me. I sat under Brandy Duggar Aiken for 2.5 years. And for the 2.5 years I sat under her, when they found out that I can cook and they found out what my background was, they invited me to come in the kitchen and do what? Cook with Brandy Duggar Aiken. When she opened up her arms to me to come serve on her business that she had. She had has a catering business. So see, when you say pastor, you ain't put no name on it. Baby, I'm putting a name on it for you. Almost every church I've ever been in, except for Sharon, I've been in the kitchen there because that's what I do, right? That's what I do. See, if you want to know my background, I'll sit right here right now and I'll tell you. I grew up in Berean, and the time I spent at Berean, I was a banquet server. The lady there, I don't know if she's still there, the lady there worked at the Adams Mark Hotel. At the Adams Mark Hotel, she was a banquet server. She might have even been the head of the banquet serving there at the Adams Mark. Because she daggone sure when we had stuff at the church would bring her banquet equipment to the church. So she must have been the head of it over there. I'm not going to call that lady's name because I don't want nobody to go bother that lady. Almost 90 now. I don't want nobody to go bother that lady. She up in age now. She wasn't up in age then. She did the banquet serving over there. She taught us well about wearing black and white, putting on our black shoes, and we looked really nice every time we did the banquet serving over there at Berean. That's where my banquet serving started out. I was very young then. I'm very old now. That's the reason why I said it like that. So see, I've been in the kitchen for a very long time. Banquet serving, cooking, cleaning up is a part of it too. I've even done cleaning up. Over there at Upper Room, I ain't had too much help to clean up. But that's not the point. I've done it. And I will pick up some Dawn dishwashing liquid and get busy with that Dawn to wash some dishes in a minute. I ain't never been too good not to. Listen, sometimes when people say stuff about me, I want to respond because I want to correct them. And then because I know who I am, I just keep my mouth shut and wait and come to my own platform like yesterday. It wasn't that you said the pastor's wife. Which one? You just said the pastor's wife. Last pastor's wife I served under was Brandy Duggar Aiken. For real. Those are facts. I ain't there now, but that's not the point. I was a faithful member of Upper Room for 2.5, 3 years. Their family. The Aikens is my family. It's not no secret. That's right. They are. As to how they are related to me, I've told this story before. I have bonus. I'm not really even gonna get into depth about how the Aikens are related to me, but to say that they're related because it's not complicated. But people, the more you tell about you, the more questions they ask. And in my book, I specifically address how the Aikens are related to me, how Pastor Aiken specifically is related to me. I address it in my book in chapter. I have to go back and look because it's not in front of me now. But I talked in 9 chapters of my book. I talked about my son's father. In one of those chapters of my book, I talked about his ex-wife, and that is how the Aikens are related to me. In my book, I named her, but when I actually print the book, if she don't tell me that I can, I will take her name out of my book and just refer to her as Granada's ex-wife. She is the reason why I am related to the Aikens. Her children and my children, they are related as they both had the same child's father. So that's how I'm related to the Aikens. For somebody that might be asking, that's how. And I didn't come on yesterday because I couldn't get my. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kim. Yeah, that was, it was kind of corny, and the reason why was because I really thought that with Ness, if you're in the cloud, well, actually, Ness, prayers for you this morning. Prayers for you this morning. I heard what you said yesterday about your procedure, whatever. Uh, uh, I always like to tell people from an older standpoint, not, from an older standpoint. What you do in your 20s and your 30s, it will come back to you when you're 50. Believe me, believe me, believe me. When I was 15, I did used to eat cheesesteaks for breakfast. I'm not gonna lie about that. It used to be a steak right down the street from Greg's. I used to go right over there and get a cheesesteak for breakfast. Listen, at 51, I ain't eating no cheesesteak. I didn't say French fries, people. I didn't say French fries. I said a cheesesteak for breakfast. Yeah, cause how I used to like my cheesesteak is I like my cheesesteak plain without no cheese on it, with mushrooms, bell peppers, and onions. I like cheese on my fries. Now, if I get cheese on my steak, it got to be real cheese. It can't be none of that processed cheese stuff they be pouring on French fries. No, I like real cheese on my fries, like on my steak, mozzarella or provolone. So when I was 15, I would cheerleading team. I used to do that. At 51 now, if I eat a steak, it would be a real piece of steak with eggs. If I would eat it. Now, truthfully speaking, I have not had. I try not to eat um too hard on my stomach in the morning time. When other people are feeding me, I do. I will eat cereal, cream wheat, oatmeal. But if I were feeding myself, then what I would eat is I would have fruit for breakfast. Now, I'm going to tell you the problem with eating fruit. And this came from the nutritionist. This did not come from me. Just eating fruit in the morning time is not enough. I just sat in front of the nutritionist, and she put the plate in front of me. And when I showed her what was on my plate, she was not happy at all. The reason why is because fruit, if you're trying to lose weight, it is you need other things besides. People think you can eat fruit or vegetables all the time. That's not true, because fruit and vegetables are missing a component of protein. If you're trying to lose weight like myself, a RHD, a nutritionist or a dietitian, that's what a RHD is, will tell you to put some protein on your plate, whether it be cottage cheese, or a piece of uh, or a piece of meat. You just can't eat fruit and vegetables all the time, because the body will slide into a starvation mode. I had it happen to me when I was on Zepbound. The doctors could not unlock why I could not lose weight until they sent me to a nutritionist. It was staggering, because they found out that I was eating one meal a day. Of course, the Zepbound was it was taking away my appetite, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was I got stuck at 200 and first it was 230 pounds. Then I got stuck at 215. Now I'm at 190. So over 40. Your metabolism, it changes greatly over 40. Now I watched this happen to me, because now I'm 51, about to be 52. So right around 45, 50, the metabolism does this thing where it starts to slide. It slides greatly. And if you ever notice, if you've ever been around somebody that's between 45 and 50, that's where their weight gain, it starts to pick up. If you've been around anybody that's menopausal, perimenopausal, as they get older, and they're not exercising, it does great. Listen, I watched one of my family members gain 20 pounds, 20, 30 pounds going through menopause. Now, why she didn't start exercising, I don't know. Because I would have started exercising. Now, I watched my other family member do the same thing. And backing away from the table does not help the menopause process. It doesn't. You cannot starve your body out of the changes that happen in menopause. You can't. I watched one of my family members do that. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that. When your metabolism starts to slow all the way down, the way to kick it back up is to re is to look at the way that you're eating and start all over again. It's not I'm gonna eat less and less and less. No, you're gonna put your body in a starvation mode in which your metabolism will tank all the way out once you do that. So sitting here eating nuts and berries and trail mix. I watch somebody do this. I ain't gonna even say who it is. Uh Nuts and berries and trail mix did not help them lose weight, and that 15 to 20 pounds didn't go nowhere. Eat You have to really sit down and look at it. Your carbohydrate when you're trying to lose weight. It is supposed to be on your plate, but I ain't gonna lie, for the last couple of days it ain't been on my plate. I don't think I ate a carbohydrate Friday, Saturday, and yesterday was Sunday. I did. Yes, I did. I had it Sunday. Now it's supposed to be on my plate, but majority of the time when I'm eating myself, I will not eat pasta, and I will not eat bread. I will not even buy bread the majority of the time. The majority of the time now. Last week I did buy a burger and some fries. I did. And probably if I were making that same thing at home, burger and some fries, I would have probably had two patties instead of one. Of course I would have, because I'm ready to tell you what I'm ready to take away where I would have earned the two patties. I would have taken away the bread, and I would have had the lettuce, the tomato, the onions, and the pickles. The fries I would have put the fries in the air fryer. So I would have still had the same thing. I just would have made it a lot healthier. So I don't all the time, people challenge, do I eat fried stuff? The nutritionist ain't telling me not to eat nothing fried. That never came out of her mouth. She actually has a plate set up for me and shows me how to eat. And not eating fried is not a part of my diet. That ain't even it. I'm supposed to have a carbohydrate, a fruit, and a vegetable. When I am eating, right? The carbohydrate is usually I can eat pasta. Um, One of the reasons why I will not too much eat white pasta. Let me be clear about this. One of the reasons why I don't too much eat white pasta is because it's been stripped of its nutrients. If you see me eating pasta, if I'm feeding myself, it's going to be white. It's going to be wheat pasta or either the pasta they sell in Whole Foods. I have eaten chickpea pasta. I tried to make it for my sons, and they ain't like it. I had to wind up throwing a daggone pasta in the trash. I made it one time, some chickpea pasta, and I got the ground beef, and I made my own sauce. And my oldest son, he ain't like it. Not my youngest son, because my youngest son does not eat homemade spaghetti. My son said, this is not good. Don't worry, it went in the garbage. So see, it wasn't that the pasta wasn't good. Some things that are healthy, sometimes they don't taste good. I can't sit here and lie. I mean, they don't. But now when I'm eating other people's spaghetti and they make it with white pasta, if I'm eating it and they're serving it, I'm going to eat it. If it has ground beef, I will eat a small portion of it. So yesterday let me tell you what I had yesterday. Yesterday I had squash. I had broccoli. I had carrots. I had celery. My dinner yesterday that was my brunch, in case y'all wondering. That was my brunch. The squash, the carrots, and the celery, that was my brunch. My dinner yesterday was seafood salad, crackers. A small portion of seafood salad. It wasn't a large portion. A small portion of seafood salad. Hold on. Hey, Baron. Hi, Carter Trainer. Okay. Okay. So, Baron, what's going on right now is I'm not able to exercise because I had a surgery back in June. So the doctor has specifically prohibited me from going back to the gym because they see my pictures and they know what I do in the gym. In the gym, I strength train. I wasn't really doing cardio. I'm going to get back to cardio, but I had basically slowed down with the cardio because of the amount of pain that I was in. But I will slowly start back the cardio. Right now, I'm walking. Uh, yeah, I'm walking to the best of my ability. I'm doing some walking and some stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, I'm taking it slow. I do have some still have some pain medicine here. I haven't really done a whole lot of walking. Like before I went before I became really ill, I had walked from 28th and show you how the distance I walked, so y'all can see I was serious about walking. I had walked some miles. I gotta check and see how many miles it was, but I believe it was 2.5 to 3 miles, maybe 4. 28th and Gerard to Conshohocken. That might have been 4 miles. It might have been. Now listen, um, that was a good walk. It burned a lot of fat. I got on the scale and it showed me. And I actually found out from the nutritionist that getting on a treadmill is not an effective way to walk. She told me that the other day. Treadmill walking is not the same as getting out and walking. She explained to me that a treadmill is designed to keep going round and around, and it does. You can speed it up, you can raise the incline, but like she said, there's no real benefit in treadmill walking. I mean, people do it, but she actually told me you will see greater results if you actually get out and walk, not on a treadmill, elliptical, or any other type of cardio device that they have in the gym. See, she knows because I told her I used to do an hour on the treadmill. One time I did an hour, got off, did another hour. She was like, nope, if you going to walk, walk, but not on no treadmill walk. She was like, nah. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, treadmill is very hard on the knees. Wait a minute. Oh, Kim, I'm sorry to hear that. No. Oh, chronic pain. So, Kim, let me ask you a question. Are you familiar with, listen, Creole, I know, knows about all types of herbs. She does. She's not, we call her Creole, but Creole actually is very good with herbs and things like that. Listen, Creole goes live. And Creole helped me with some stuff. So I'm going to share a little bit about what Creole helped me with, and the rest of it Creole can finish because she knows a lot more about herbs than I do, and she actually does take herbs. Creole suffers, I think, she used to suffer with chronic pain. She might not no more. So one of the things that is talked about is turmeric if you have inflammation. Now, here's the whole thing about having inflammation in your body, right? Um, Anything that you eat as far as rice, right? White rice I'm talking about. White rice helps to build inflammation. White pasta helps to build inflammation. White bread, because it's been stripped of its nutrients. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you I don't like bread. I do. I like Ezekiel bread. I ain't gonna lie. They sell Ezekiel bread at Whole Foods. If they sell it other places, they could. They could sell it at Giant. They could sell it at Wegmans. They have another market that they're trying to bring around now. I forget the name, but I saw it on Josh and Mama's page. I love Josh and Josh. I love Josh and Mama. They make me laugh. Um, so yeah, the first thing, Kim, is get yourself some turmeric. Turmeric is great for. I have some in my refrigerator right now, fresh turmeric. Now, some people like the powder. I like the fresh turmeric. Chronic pain, yes, get you some turmeric. And with turmeric, you have to use pepper. If you're going to use turmeric, you have to use pepper. I didn't get into me making a turmeric. Into me making, I have to look at the ingredients, but I'm definitely gonna make me some turmeric. But yeah, wait a minute. Mm. Yeah, Kim, that happened to me a few years back, maybe 2022. The doctor told me that the doctor came right out and told me that uh my arthritis was getting worse, So um I had my left knee replaced first after getting cortisone. I mean, people really think that getting cortisone puts a band-aid on your pain, and what will happen is on the inside, your cartilage and all that stuff is being destroyed, and you don't know that because you know that it's keeping you out of pain. But listen, I did cortisone, and then what happened was my knee kept being destroyed, and I had it replaced, and then I came back and I had the other knee replaced, and then in the summertime I wear shorts. My mom won't wear her shorts and let people see the sheet. I don't care who's. Listen, I'm not in pain, so why would I care about somebody seeing how both my knees have the scars on them from me having them replaced? No, I'm doing good. Lost a couple pounds since my surgery. Yep. My surgeon down there, over there at Penn Medicine. I had my surgery in 2022 and 2023. So for one leg, it's been 4 years. For the other leg, it's been 3. I've been doing good. I'm not on a walker. I don't need a cane. So I'm doing good. And Kim, you can try some cherry juice. Cherry is good for the. Well, see, this is the thing with cortisone. With cortisone, you have to get the gel injections in between. So you would get the cortisone first, and then you would go back like the next week or two, and you would get 3 consecutive gel shots. Because the gel you're supposed to get the gel in between the cortisone. Listen, I did all that stuff with my knees. I did all that stuff. Cortisone gel. I did all that. You're supposed to be in therapy. I did all that. See, now I try to, I don't take pain medicine as much as I used to. The lidocaine patches are good for pain. Very good for pain. And they used to give you the fentanyl patch. Used to. I used to actually take care of somebody that had the fentanyl patch. You keep them patches on 3 days at a time. I used to really take care of somebody that had the fentanyl patch. Now, things have gotten so I don't even know if they do the fentanyl patch no more. I used to take care of a lady, and she used to get the fentanyl patch. And I used to go to the pharmacy and pick it up. My name was on her thing. I used to go right to CVS and pick her fentanyl patch up. And you only get 10 fentanyl patches in the box. If they still do it, I don't know, Kim. But they used to. Fentanyl patches is great for pain. They would give it to people that suffer from myalgia, fibromyalgia, and I'm not too sure about lupus, but anybody that suffer from fibromyalgia, they would give them fibromyalgia, gamiopathy, they would give them the fentanyl patch. So if the lidocaine patch don't help you, the fentanyl patch, if they still do the fentanyl patch, because people had taken and gotten so addicted to it. I don't know if they still do. Oh yeah, that's true, Kim. That's true. Yeah, if your vertebrae is disconnected, that is the truth. Yeah, you will always be in some pain. Like I have some pain in my spine because I've been in multiple accidents since I was 13 years old. So my back is not ever going to not hurt. That's a harsh reality. That's why I went to church one time and this televangelist said everybody that got back pain, arthritis, whatever, come down there. And I went down there. I'm not lying to you. When he was praying for my back hurt. When they pushed me down to the ground, my back hurt. And when I got back up, my back hurt. Somebody else here in Philadelphia, I'm not going to call this person's name because I'm not trying to embarrass them if they still living. Said, now this is when I tell people, when God tells a prophet or prophetess something, he will tell them specifically who it is because God don't play them type of games. They said, everybody that had back pain, get in the middle aisle. Everybody that was in the church stood up in the aisle with back pain. I was one of the people. The person touched my back. The person touched my back. The person said that they fingers started vibrating. Whether they fingers started vibrating, it didn't really matter because I already knew that when they got finished praying for me, my back was still going to hurt. The X-rays, the MRIs, and whatever other tests that I have had does not. Now God can, but I have lumbar issues, which means that when people say back pain, my back pain is further than arth. It's all the way down to the bone. So that person said that they was gonna pray for me, and I don't know if the rest of the people that was in the line, if their back pain got healed. What I could tell you is, before they prayed for me, my back was hurting, and after they prayed for me, my back was hurting. So yeah, that's about how that went with the back pain. It really is. So that's about the size of it. Hold on. No, no, no. Yes. So, yeah. So, Chanel B. What happens is, uh, you go to get the cortisone first. It depends on what type of arthritis that you have because osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis are not treated the same type of way. If you have rheumatoid arthritis, I am almost certain that that's treated with an embryo injection. And the reason why is because, listen, I had a handsome, very handsome orthopedic. Okay? He was handsome. And I like female doctors, but I like my male doctors too, especially when they be handsome. Listen. And he was a sports doctor, and so he actually would explain it to me. He come in with all these little accreditations, and he would tell me what he do. Listen. One thing is for certain about me. You could be handsome and be my doctor. I ain't gonna never say nothing out the way to you, but that don't mean that I ain't gonna look at you because I'm supposed to look at you. Attracted to testosterone, I'm supposed to look at you. My doctor that used to give me my injections always would tell me, Catherine, I'm gonna give you this here injection now, this cortisone, but you know you need to have surgery. Come on now. Let's stop doing this. He ain't never not tell me. He was cute as all ever. I can't even remember the man's name. See, so that goes to show you, listen, he was a handsome, I think he was Indian. Arsh Patel, that's his name. His name was Arsh. Came right to me. Right. He was very handsome. He was very handsome. He was an Indian doctor. He worked over there at Penn. Very handsome. Mm-hmm. Right. His name came right to me. What his name was. I'm not gonna call his name so everybody. I ain't gonna call his name Kim so everybody can run over there that's in Philly and call, and call Penn Medicine and ask for my doctor. If he, and I know he's still there because when I go down there, sometimes I see him. He's still down there. Very handsome, but no, I'm not gonna call his name. He's still working at Penn Medicine, so he can get an overload of patients all wanting the injections. No, no, no. But um, I still see listen. I don't got nothing against female doctors. I don't. Listen, female and male doctors, they all learn the same thing. But when they ask me, I always tell them I want male doctors. Quite a few of my doctors are male doctors, for real. For real. Quite a few of them are. My podiatrist on a normal everyday basis, he's a male. My orthopedic is a male. My back doctor is a male. But all the rest of them is females, and I ain't got nothing against them. They all learn the same thing. Now, if they outright ask me when I'm calling for an appointment, of course I'm gonna say male. But if they don't have no male available, then I'll take a female. So it ain't like that. Now I've been with Penn Medicine almost 30 years. My son is getting ready to turn 26. I actually started with them 27 years, so I've been with them almost 30 years. So, wait a minute, let me read some comments. Yeah, so what happens is, okay, so let me explain that. Somebody just said something and I can speak to it. So, Kim, what happens with the injections, I don't oftentimes don't know if doctors tell people this, but I can tell you this. The first 2 days that you get injections, 2 days. So today is Monday. If you went today and got an injection, right? It is advised that you don't get up and do a lot of walking around for 2 to 3 days. A lot of times what happens with people is they will go to get the injection, and because they feel good, they be running around. No, you have to go get the injection and stay still for 2 to 3 days. See, I did all them injections, the gel, the cortisone. You got to stay still for them injections 2 to 3 days. That's when they work their best. Most times people get them and they resume with their normal life. They be back in the gym running around. Can't do that. You cannot do that. Seriously, I had somebody who I was rather close to. I haven't heard from her in a while, and I hope she okay. She came here from Baltimore, and I introduced her to my doctor. I did. I told her who my doctor was. I don't always tell people that, but I told her who my doctor was. And she went down there and he gave her a back injection. And that same day she was up and running around. I said, you can't do that. He didn't tell you supposed to rest. You got to rest for 2 or 3 days after you get a back injection, knee injection. Anything you get injected, you need to stay still for a while. And if it's your shoulder, don't be lifting nothing heavy. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, Chanel. Sometimes people get them scars on their knees and shoulders and stuff, and they be a little ashamed, baby. I ain't hardly ashamed of no scar on my knees. In the summertime, I wanna wear my shorts, but see, for me, because I have to wear full body compression, my body don't be out like that unless I'm in a bathing suit. Now, when I'm in the bathing suit, I got my shorts on. I don't just get in the water without my shorts. I got my bathing suit, my shorts on, and I got two of them. I got a pink one and I got a black one. I haven't been in the water in a while because the doctor said I cannot be submerged in water right now. It actually says that on my hospital paperwork that I cannot go into nobody's bathtub, swimming pool, none of that until the end of August. So, because I dad gonna show Mr. Pool summertime, boy. Shucks. I like going inside of a heated pool. I don't too much care about getting inside of the city pool, that cold water. I don't. It got to be really hot for me to want to get to a city pool because that water cold, baby. Woo. That water cold. It feel like it's about 60 degrees.
maybe a little colder than that. I don't kids jumping that cold water. Listen, as a child, I ain't never like getting. I went swimming. I'm not saying that. I went swimming. Of course, I did. I never like getting in cold water. Man, if I had my way, every city pool would be heated for the children. It would be. If I ever came across some type of, it would be heated for the children. Because what people don't know about a heated swimming pool, it's not heated to the fact that it feels like a jacuzzi, but it don't be ice cold like that. That water be ice cold, babe. Whoo! Kids just jump right in. Listen, the children jump right in the water like it ain't nothing. Can't do it. I'm too old for that now. Wait a minute. So, the reason why I'm up early, in case y'all is wondering, because I told y'all I does my compression in the morning time before I start my day. That's not a lie. I'm laying here right now, and I'm doing my legs right now. Now, later on, when I come back in tonight, I might actually do my upper body. I might do one, but I did two consecutive uh, treatments for my legs. So yesterday I didn't come on because I was thoroughly cleaning downstairs where I live at. And this young man he lives here along with me where I'm at. And this young man, listen, I don't know who raised him. Cause I was in there cleaning yesterday, and I had everything in a trash bag. The clothes that he had, I didn't have a problem with him being in the back where the dining room was supposed to be, except for the fact that every time he go to get the clothes, he'd leave the clothes straggled all over the floor. Like, don't, baby. Let me tell you what I did for him. See, this how you do when people keep messing up your good work. Baby, I took all them clothes right on down that steps called that basement. Yes, I did. Took them sneakers down there. Why? Because you kept messing up what I did. Now, only thing I left in that room over there is them bins. Why? Because you keep messing up my hard work. It took me hours to clean down there yesterday because I did a deep cleaning. I did the oven and everything. See, when somebody keep messing up their work, that means they don't appreciate it. See, I didn't grow up in no nasty house. My great grandmother Martha, my grandmother Irma, and my great grandmother was on my mother's side. My 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 grandmother was on my father's side. The reason why I didn't call my mother's mother is because my mother's mother didn't have too much work to do. Her significant other, her husband, whatever boyfriend, husband, whatever, he he cleaned the house while she worked. So that's why I ain't called her name. But my great grandmother, my mother's grandmother, my father's mother, and my mom, they were very clean, meticulous people. Shoot, if they came in here right now, they might have got meticulous on me. But it's clean to the best of my ability. I mopped it 2 times. Now my grandmother still was living. I ain't gonna lie to you. My grandmother would have came in here. She would have mopped that floor one more time. She would have. She'd have went right in that kitchen and ran that water in that bucket. She'd have looked at it and said, "It's clean, but it could be cleaner." So see, when I put my cleaner up against my folks, my cleaning ain't up against my folks because my folks will come right in here right now, look at that floor downstairs and say, Kathy, you could have mopped it one more time. But I ain't up against them because it is clean. See, I sometimes don't want to clean as good as my folks did because this boy coming, he messed up my hard work. So that makes me not want to clean up against my folks because you keep doing it and you do it purposely. The other day I came home, it was dishes in the daggone sink. Then I wasn't here for a couple days. I came back and them same dishes was in that daggone sink. I put them right off to the side. I didn't mess them up. See, if your elbow hand bend to eat, your hand and your elbow should bend when it's time to clean up. See, my sons know not to do no stupid stuff like that. Leave a dish that you ate out of and a glass that you drank out of. Baby, I took that stuff, put it right on to the side like it wasn't nothing. See, when you live with somebody and they like to clean up and you always messing up, that's an unbalance. See, that's why I don't like to live with folks. Not because I'm so clean and they so dirty. No, just clean up after yourself. You're grown. Children don't know how to clean up. That's why they have parents to teach them. But when you live in a house with all grown folks and they keep on doing it, no, I came downstairs yesterday. It was some daggone grape juice that had got left out on the counter, baby. I put it right on down the drain and threw the bottle right in the trash. Right, because anything that's supposed to be refrigerated and you leave it out, you can't drink that the next day anyway. But no, and I don't. When people mess up around here, I don't even say nothing to them. If you leave something on the counter, you better know it's going in the trash. You ain't gotta ask me. It's going in the trash if I see it. So I picked up all his clothes, all his sneakers, put all his sneakers right, everything right in the basement. Why? Because you keep purposely We share the spaces downstairs. Your personal bedroom, you can make it look like a tornado hit it if you want to. Don't do that downstairs. So that look bad when company come in the house and you got I took that stuff, put it right down in the basement. Now when he come, he gonna be. And I told and I sent a message to his uncle and told his uncle why. Was you raised by a wolf? Did you grow up in the wild or something? You ain't had nobody teach you how to clean up after yourself? See, I ain't only had it at home. I had it at my grandparents' house too. And my aunt sure did. My aunt Catherine kept a clean house. She did. Maybe she wasn't no good cook. I ain't down that lady because she couldn't cook so well. Everybody's strength's not the same. So what? But my aunt Catherine kept a clean whistle house. If she came in here right now, she was alive, she'd have took the bucket too and would have went right over my clean work. So she ain't cook all that great. That's okay. She learned later on. She worked in my grandmother's restaurant. Her and I cooking was not the same. I could cook better than my Aunt Catherine. That's okay. She cooked to the best of her ability. It wasn't all the same, but Aunt Catherine daggone sure could clean, baby. Wasn't no doubts about Catherine cleaning at all. You could eat off her floor, her carpet, her she ain't play them type games. My other aunts too, they could clean real good. So see, when I see young folks and they don't know how to clean, I know something wrong with them. And my aunt, if she was still living, would have been in her 80s. She would have been 83 if she still was living. And all of a sudden she got sick, she kept her house clean. So that's why when I see people now and they younger than me and they can't clean, I know you must either you was raised in a dirty house or somebody didn't teach you. One or the two. Because there ain't no reason why no young person who got better energy than me cannot clean. This boy come in, he leave his clothes all straggled all over the floor. He just mess everything up. I be looking at him sometimes. I don't even want to say anything because I know ain't nobody taught him. Because if somebody taught you, wouldn't act like that. And then now he wants to be Muslim. Well, if you Muslim, sweetheart, then you should learn. Muslims don't live in dirty households. I got Muslim family members. They don't live in dirty households. They take their shoes off at the door. See, listen to what I said, colleague. If you're listening, they take their shoes off at the door. See, that would mean that the floor has to be clean because they're walking around with their socks on. Listen to what I'm teaching you. See, you live in an environment where I'm cleaning and you're messing up the environment for yourself. Right, see. Uh-huh. Running back and forth. I let them. I don't say too much to them. It is, Kim. Right, and he say he Muslim. Yeah, I think it did. Yeah, Chanel, I think it did because I don't think it rained all day here because when I went out to the store yesterday, it wasn't raining. However, when I came back in last night and was eating my food, it started raining. So yeah, Kim, people will. It's like you having I not too long ago cooked at my mom's house. Her sister came up here, and I think I made chicken, fish, and I think I had roast beef for the people that don't. And I made macaroni and cheese and string beans and homemade cornbread and all that stuff like that. And you'd be surprised how people would sit down and eat, and sometimes they won't even take their plate. Like listen, people say I have Southern roots. I have no choice but to have Southern roots. My mother and my biological father were both from down south. My grandparents down south. My great grandparents down south. So I'm the one that was born in the city, But because I had to grow up in their house with people that are from down south, then yeah, I didn't say people in Philadelphia don't clean. I ain't never said that about nobody in Philly. Of course they do, but my ethnic background is that my people are from down south. It's just now my daughter-in-law is from Haiti. Right, my daughter-in-law is Haitian. That's why when people was asking next yesterday about the griot, that's what they call it, GROS, and the Eppies. Right. Anybody that's Haitian will have some Epi stuff in their refrigerator. See, I would like Ness to do some Haitian cooking for y'all. Cook some of that black rice that the Haitians eat. I eat Jamaican food too, y'all. But I'm just telling y'all, my daughter-in-law Haitian. I eat Jamaican food too. But yeah. Hold on. Yeah, Chanel, I'm starting to believe that not all Muslims is clean, baby. Cause this little boy that running back and forth here, when I say little, he turned 23 yesterday, and he just be running back and forth. He put his Muslim stuff on yesterday, and I be thinking to myself, don't you know that Muslims is clean? But then again, some people say they Muslim and they don't really practice. Like the other day, Friday, that lady, she had on that kiwar, and that lady was all about to cuss me out about words she said out her mouth, not words I said, words she said. She got all touched, moved, and bothered in her spirit. I ain't understand it. Nope, nope, nope. I had two of these treatments. I'm waiting for this one to finish now. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. You get tired of after a while cleaning up after adults. I mean, when I'm in a church setting and that's what's required of me, even when I was at Upper Room, I told them they needed a cleanup committee. I ain't never lied about it. I listen. I did the what did I do? I did the serving, but I told them where y'all lacking is that you ain't got no cleanup committee. Now listen. Everybody want to get behind the table and serve when it's time to clean up, baby. I'm here to tell you, don't nobody want to clean up. See how I know that don't nobody want to clean up? It's because one day I had to sit there and watch all those charges that was on and ain't nobody volunteer to come down and help me. Right. So that's see. Listen, I have and that's why when people always say, "Catherine, you do things for money." No, I ain't telling my pastor you had to pay me to watch that. First of all, I served on that committee. I did. I served on the culinary committee. That is true. Culinary committee. I did stuff every time I was on the women's committee. That is true. Listen, I ain't bitter at those folks over there at Upper Room, to say the least. No, I'm not. I ain't bitter at none of them. I ain't bitter at Brandy Duggar Aiken. I ain't bitter at Pastor Carlson Aiken. Not at all. People do what makes them happy. For the years that I sat under them, it was cool. It was good. But as I so said in my autobiography, Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church, the Reverend Dr. Alan Waller, unfinished business. I ain't never gonna lie about that. Listen, it's not gonna be a chapter in my book that's going to be unfinished. I dragged my pastor the other day because let me be real clear about why I dragged you, Alan, my silver fox. You know why I dragged you. I dragged you because I didn't like the way that things ended between you and I. No, I don't want to write in my book unfinished. I would like to write that although we had a disagreement, we were able to get in the trenches and work for the Lord the way people are supposed to. We're not supposed to be arguing like cats and dogs. We are not cats and dogs. We're human beings. Whatever happened in the past, we're supposed to be that much mature that we put it behind us, not be stuck on something that happened 10. It doesn't matter when it happened. We're supposed to move beyond it. I'm saying that to you right here, right now. No, I ain't supposed to drag you like I did the other day and call you all sorts of type of names. No, 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 no. That wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about me being bitter. It's about me being better. You taught me that. You, Alan, you taught me that. You taught me not to be bitter, to be better. Well, then if you taught me that, then you should be able to put your differences aside and work with me. If you really think that I'm supposed to be better, I'm not supposed to be bitter. then that's how see, God never leaves something so broken that it does what it does the other day when I'm on my on my YouTube page, dragging the hell out of you and your wife. No, that's not how that was supposed to go. See, we ain't supposed to ever get down in the trenches that I'm actually dragging you and saying things about you. No, 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 no. See, as a Christian, I can say that was wrong, because if we really had a disagreement, the Bible says let's reason together. It don't say get on your YouTube page and drag your first lady and your former first. They don't say that. It says reason together. That's Bible, Alan, for real. All jokes aside, right now, I could have been mad at you. That's human. But the other part of being human is to realize that that wasn't a good thing to say all those horrible things about you, whether they was true or not. See, I'm not justified to say all those horrible things about you because they're no, 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 no. That's not how that works. See, I ain't supposed to take my social media and drag you because I'm mad at you. I know people do that all the time. I'm not justifying my actions. Of course I'm not. I will never justify me dragging you and Ellen. Whether those things were true or not, no, that's not how that was supposed to go. I heard what you said when you was preaching yesterday. It wasn't. It's not that you think I'm a wheat or a tear. That's not the issue. Whether you think I'm a wheat or a tear, that's not the issue. The issue is that you and I have been going back and forth for a very long time, and it didn't get resolved because of your wife wanting to keep it going on, and that's not godly. Yeah, that's not godly. God would never have you and I to just keep going back and forth till one of us pass away. That's not God. Yeah, I'm gonna address this right here, right now. That's not God. I don't care what Ellen say. I don't care what your deacons say. I don't care what nobody in your church would say. If they say anything contrary to what God says, you know that they not telling the truth. I know that they ain't telling the truth, because God don't ever tell two people to argue back and forth like they cats and dogs. You and I are human beings. Cats and dogs can't talk. So when they go past one another and they bark at each other, or the cat meows and the dog bark, that's their nature. It's not of a human being nature to just keep going back and forth with somebody. Do that make sense, Alan? It don't. I don't care if your wife, your deacons, your trustees, I don't care what they say. See, because what they were saying didn't make sense. And I told you that in May. I told you that in June, July. And that's why in August I dragged you. I'm just be honest with you. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you about something that happened 10 years ago. And even if it was longer than that, it doesn't matter. It's water under the bridge. And it should have been water under the bridge when I stepped in your church. I'm going to say that right here and right now. Nobody in your church have a heaven or hell to put me in. Nobody in your church have a heaven or hell to put you in. Nobody in your church, whether it be your wife or the deacons, can judge me, can judge you over how we've argued over the last 10 years and beyond. How can God get glory if we're arguing over anything? He doesn't. I can answer it for you, even though you have all those degrees, and I'm not being smart about it right now. God can't get glory out of anything that you and I have done if we're constantly arguing and going back and forth. If anything, God would frown. I heard what you said yesterday, but put it in a right context. Don't try to make it seem like it's just all me. It's you too. You do stuff behind the scenes, and because your church don't see you do it, they don't know. All they see is me. No, 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 Alan, you're not innocent. And neither is your wife. You're not innocent. See, you understand, you like Otis now. See, when Otis told the story of the Temptations, he slandered that story. He tried to make it seem like the only person that was doing drugs was David Ruffin, when if you go back in your history, it's told that anybody that was coming through the music industry at that time was doing drugs. Even in his book, he wrote that he tried it. Now, whether he really did do it permanently or not, I don't know, but other people in the group did it too. And the reason why I'm saying this, because when you were preaching yesterday, you tried to slant the story and make it seem like the only person that was doing something wrong was me. Oh, I listened to your whole sermon yesterday, and that's why I'm talking about it today. I mean, yesterday, and that's why I'm talking about it today. It's because you weren't all innocent for the whole 10 years that we went back and forth, and we know Ellen wasn't. You, and even up until today, you did some rotten stuff to me. So if I responded to you, that is the reason. It's not time to be behind the scenes doing stuff. Now's the time to come forth and say, listen, we're going to put the past behind us. Be the leader that you say that you are. You always talk about you lead God's people, then lead God's people. Don't let Ellen tell you, oh, keep on arguing back and forth. You know that's not the voice of God telling you do no crazy stuff like that. So you serve a God that wants me and you to be just arguing back and forth. No, that's not God. See, I'm going to say it for you. I shouldn't go join nobody else's church and take that. It's not that I'm taking drama over there. It's just like what Granada's father said. You're not taking a drama over there, but your dad going taking yourself over there so that when something else arises in that church, the same person that was angry over at Enoch going to be in the next church. Why do that make sense? It don't. My dead son's granddaddy said that years ago before, and this didn't even happen between me and you. He told me that when I was a younger woman. Don't you ever leave a church in haste. That's what he said. Now I'm repeating it to you. No, whatever happened should have been worked out. It doesn't matter what it was. You have to have courage in the face of whatever. That's what the Bible says. Be of good courage. It don't say not by might nor by power, but by God's Spirit. Don't it say that in Zechariah? Not by might or by power. Don't it say that? If your strength was small in the day of adversity, it has to grow. If your strength was small in the day of adversity, it must grow. It can't be that you came in as a baby drinking milk and 30 years later you're still a baby. Anybody that's in church and they came in and they still a baby, you should wonder about them. That means they don't have a real relationship with God. Those are facts. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, it is. It is a long time to hold it. It's a very long time to hold the grudge because good morning, Tracy. It's wonderful to see you. Hold on. It's 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 a horrible thing because his wife kept all the drama going. Because every time I reach out to try to want to make up with him, she want to keep it going. Like that makes sense. How you gonna be the first lady on the front row causing all the chaos? That's exactly what I said. Why are you causing the chaos between you? And if I was to really go back to what started the chaos between me and your husband, it was you, Ellen. You caused all the chaos. You the one that came up with that lie that caused all this chaos. And your husband should have known better. He know you're a liar. That's what I said. And I don't really care that you caused the chaos. It was that he didn't correct it. It's his job to correct it. He's the pastor, not you. God called him to be the head. You're just the neck. See, let me check you real quick. The husband is always the head in every situation. Pay attention. In every situation, the husband is the head. Not only in Christianity, but in the Muslim faith too. Definitely in the Muslim faith. Oh, they don't play them games about no woman running over them in a Muslim. Baby, let me tell you something. If you would have been in a Muslim faith, you got sat down real quick. Because ain't no woman running over no man in no Muslim faith. I'm going to tell you that now. I told you I got Muslim family members. Ain't no woman Muslim running over no man. Man, they would have checked you real quick. You wouldn't have been able to do the stuff you do to Alan in the Muslim faith. They'd have put you in your place. See, Alan ain't never put you in your place. And that's your problem. Alan need to put you in your place. You're the neck. You're not the head. You ain't never been the head. You just got a Ashtoreth spirit. That's what drove Jezebel. It wasn't, Jezebel was her name, but it was the spirit of Ashtoreth that was driving her. Folks like to say it was Jezebel, though it wasn't Jezebel. It was the spirit of Ashtoreth that was driving Jezebel. Nonetheless, if they want to call you Jezebel, then so be it. It's not your job to tell your husband what to do. That's any wife. It's never a wife's job to tell her husband what to do. How can it be your job to tell your husband what to do when God created the man first? Can any female in the chat answer that? No, they can't. Because God created the man first. He didn't create the female first. It just looks, see, that's why the world is out of order now. It's because females don't know their place. God created the husband first. Husband, female children. Right. Husband, female, female children. But you got these women around here. If a man is not present, then the female is the head because ain't no man present. Y'all didn't look at Good Times? Didn't Florida always say when your daddy get home? Florida said when your who get home? When your daddy get home. Why y'all think she said that? Okay. Right. And then they tried to erase him out the picture. Didn't y'all look into the Beavers? Didn't y'all see that the Beavers had the husband in the house? Right. Didn't y'all look at the Cosbys? Wasn't Cliff in the house? Right. So here we are now in 2026, and the man wants to be on top. The female wants to be the head, and she not. And she not. Wants to tell the husband what to do. Loud, strong, and wrong. I don't know if y'all heard me say that. Any female that tell her husband what to do, she loud, strong, and she wrong. Loud, strong, and she wrong because God said so. And should no female be running all over her husband like train tracks? Louis Farrakhan just buried his wife a couple of weeks ago. Lady Khadijah. They say she was a force to be reckoned with. Married to her husband for 72 years. I bet you she ain't try to tell her husband what to do. As a woman, she did her part. That's what they said that she did when they got up to talk about her. But ain't no, listen, a woman can do her part without running over her husband. Of course she can. She can. That's the way God designed us to be. I don't like when I see women. I don't like when I see women running all over men and then thinking that that's okay. No, that's not okay. For a woman to run all over a man like train tracks, that's not okay. That's not normal. Ma'am, you have estrogen. He has testosterone. Look at how it's made up. And the world even recognizes that the queen don't run the king. Pay attention when you go in the store to buy a bed. Ain't the king bed bigger than the queen bed? Pay attention, folks. If you're gonna say, Catherine, you don't know what you're go in the store right now to buy a bed, a king bed. They even got a California king. It's bigger than a queen bed. That should tell you something. If you want to say, I don't know what I'm talking about. Of course I do. Yeah, she passed away. She passed away a couple of weeks ago. They had her funeral on uh the official King Jives did her funeral. A couple of people did her funeral. A couple of people did it. She was like 90, 91, something like that. Because I think he was a little bit older than her. They got married in the 50s. Maybe. Yeah, that's a heck of a thing when people want to be married to somebody and don't know they role. And just so we clear, the word that is used is emasculating a male. When you run all over him, you emasculate his manhood. And he is not able to be the male, the man, not the male, that God called him to be. Yeah, Kim, that's not that's not normal. See, just because you love somebody, let me say this real quick. Just because you love somebody, it doesn't mean that God wants you to be with somebody that emasculates you, takes your man, A woman's running all over a man is emasculating him, talking to him and treating him like a child. And I'm not saying that Ellen does that, but she don't let him. First of all, I came back into I did go back into the church. And it was Ellen that didn't want me there. But Ellen, see, this is how this gonna go this time. See, I'm telling you loud and clear. I'm coming to make up with your husband as I'm supposed to do. I'm not gonna let you keep backing me down. That's what I'm going to tell you right here and right now. You're not going to back me down, push me away. You're not going to do any of that. Who are you? Because if you keep doing that, I'm gonna keep calling out the fact that you're a lesbian. See, that's how that's gonna go. I'm coming there to make it with your husband because I'm supposed to. He's the head. Maybe you should learn about him being the head because you don't know that. Something you ain't never been taught. He is the head. See, put that Bible down if you ain't gonna really be serious about it and sit up there and act like you the first lady on Sundays, then don't sit up there because you ain't no first lady because the first lady let her husband be the husband, not run all over him like he train tracks. You cause all this chaos between me and this man and caused me and here to grow gray early. And I ain't saying it shouldn't have went gray. That's not what I'm saying. You cause all this chaos between me and your husband. You know I ain't want to drag Alan like that. He's too good of a person, too good of a man that to be married to something like you. You're horrible. Say I'm sorry, Alan. Your wife is trash. She's horrible. She caused all this chaos between me and you. And she's not sorry for it. Because given a chance, she would do it again. See, I can't apologize to somebody that keeps on doing the same horrible things back and forth over and over again and causing more chaos. No, you're not. You're not. See, if you keep on causing chaos this time, I'm going to drag you. Ron D ain't going to, baby, Ron D's story is going to be all out there. I'm just letting you know. I'm coming in peace. I'm willing to lay my sword down. Of course I am. But I ain't going to lay my sword down if you keep on trying to block me and your husband from making amends, because ain't nothing wrong with us making amends. You acting like we had some great torrid love affair. We ain't had no great torrid love affair. If we stood in front of a judge right now, the judge would think you're crazy. Let me say that again, Ellen, so you can understand where I'm coming from. Baby, if you was to take me down to 1301 Philbert, you know what 1301 Philbert is? It's the criminal court. See, let me explain to you. If you go stand in front of any one of them judges, and I got a few names for you, I ain't gonna call them to you. Stand in any one of them judges' face and say that stupid stuff that me and your husband been arguing back and forth. Not no great torrid love affair. Man, they might want to have you for a psychiatric evaluation because what you said don't make sense. Me and Alan ain't had no great love affair. We argued for the last 10 years. I just dragged the hell out of him Saturday before he got up and preached about me on Sunday. Right. I heard what he said. Talking about wheat and tares. You know, yes, he was directing it at me. No, I don't care that he was directing it at me. Why would I care? I don't care. I don't care because he tried to slant the story. And the story ain't slanted. His wife has done some treacherous things to me. So that's why she's getting a treacherous treatment back. See, you get back what you put out. Read that Bible, Ellen, and say, what's a man sow, he gonna reap it. See, you ain't gonna keep doing evil stuff to people and God don't let evil come back to you. That's that Bible that you keep playing with and keep carrying. See, you ain't gonna keep doing evil stuff to people and God ain't gonna let you get it back. You ain't got that much money that God can't reach you. I don't know why you think that, baby. I don't know why you think that. You ain't never got so much money that God ain't gonna let you get back what you put out. You've done some evil stuff to me. And I'm just now talking about it. And I ain't really talking about it. I'm just saying I want to make amends with your husband. I want to see for all the damage that I did to your husband. I would like to come back and do some good. Because I did some good before. But you got your little slick, manipulative, self-seeking, self-absorbed, narcissistic self in the way. We ain't having no great torrid love affair. Those are facts. As soon as I say, no, listen, he wants to clean up all the messes you did, even to the fact of you having me physically attacked not too long ago. You went too far. So you deserve any dragging that I give you. You do. You deserve it. See, he hopes that the district attorney don't find that young lady that attacks me. But it was seen, but here's the whole thing. Whether that district attorney finds that young lady or not, God knows who she is. I don't ever have to know her name. I don't. God knows who she is. See, you did one of the most horrible things that can be done to people. You had somebody physically attack, and you gonna sit your fake ass up there on that front row and act like you ain't had nothing to do with it, but you did, and that's what I called you, fake. Wouldn't no real first lady have somebody physically attacked? For what? I ain't sleeping with your husband. We know I ain't sleeping with your husband. I got medical records to prove I was not sleeping with anybody for the last 8 years. You sound ridiculous, ma'am. You do. My doctors knew that. I don't have to pull out my medical facts in front of you to prove that I'm not sleeping with your husband or nobody else. But if you were sleeping with your husband, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Right. But then you don't really want your husband, so that would make sense why you try to throw him on everybody else. You trying to throw that man on me. You trying to throw him on me when he right there next to you, ain't he? Or is he in the basement like Rondell really said? I don't really care. I don't. See, I tried to make amends with him and you acted like a fool. That's exactly what I said. You acted like a fool. You had your husband tell me I couldn't come there. See, let me tell you what not come there to your church would be. Not come there to your church will be that I will tear your reputation up and think nothing of it, Ellen. That's what I said. See, we ain't going to play this game because for the last 10 years, you did some treacherous stuff to me. All in the name because you got money and I don't. And I bet you if you don't let me make up with your husband, I'll tear your reputation up like a lion tears something up in the wilderness and don't think nothing of it. And I'll stand back and look at it and say, now what? Right. See, I came in there very peaceful in May. You was there. When I walked down there, your husband turned his, I don't know why, Alan shouldn't have never turned his back. If anything, he should have shook my hand. I ain't say he should have hugged me, but he should have shook my hand. Why? Because he seen me coming in peace. I didn't come to run over your husband. That's what the hell you do. Rotten, raggedy wench that you are. You won't even take care of the man mama. That's what I said. See, I'll stand on that. That's your mama-in-law. Belva not my mama-in-law. She yours. See, and if it wasn't for Belva, Alan wouldn't be here. Newsflash. Wasn't for Belva, Alan wouldn't be here. So that means you should be glad to help him with his mama, which is selfish, narcissistic, self-seeking, only want for yourself. So bet you if that was your mama and she wouldn't, so well, you quick to bring your mama here, but you won't let mama Alan bring his mama here. See that right there? Alan should tell you that your wife don't care about you. She's just there for what she could get. Because a real woman whose husband got sick to the tune of what you all have, y'all wouldn't struggle if you put your mama here. But your wife's so selfish, she only care about herself. See, if you say it's just you, Catherine, no, you're selfish. I don't care who heard that I said it. You are. Don't you know in most Caribbean cultures, they don't put their loved ones in nursing homes? They don't. My daughter-in-law is Haitian. When her grandmother became sick a couple years ago, 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago, my daughter-in-law's mother brought her mother here to Pennsylvania. She didn't go in no nursing home. See how they go? Caribbean cultures, they don't believe in that. I ain't telling you something I heard. I watched her do it. She took care of her until she couldn't take care of her no more. Then she had to go to the hospital and she got sick. She died. But for the most part, she was here. That is true. She got a 5-bedroom house. They bought her right here, Pennsylvania. No, it ain't no let God handle this. Yeah, no. Ain't no let God. No. See, I want y'all to understand that prayer is action. We don't just pray to God and don't do our part down here. See, my part down here is going to be that they will either want to make amends with me or I'm going to drag the hell out their first lady. That's how that's going to be. And I ain't going to drag in no book either. I'm going to drag it right here online. See, I ain't going to give them, I'm not going to give Ellen numerous chances to keep on doing the stupid shit that she do to me. Said it and I meant it. Because it ain't no reason for that lady to be acting stupid towards me. If I came in peace, be in peace. Because if you don't want to be at peace, oh, baby, we could be at war. You know, David was a man of war. Y'all better recognize David was a man of war, and that's why God would not let David build a temple. He put it on his son. So we ain't always at peace because we believe in God.
Matthew 11:12. What does it say? It says the kingdom what? Suffer violence, and the violence taketh it by force. So see, I ain't tried to take their church by force. I came in peace. Pay attention. I wasn't dressed up that Sunday that I came. But what they did, in case you all don't know the story, I'll tell you the story. The story was that I lost my place to live. But if you all had went back, or if you didn't go back, maybe I'll post it on my wall again. Every place that I've had, they've made me lose. So see, I don't owe a bunch of people that kept doing the same thing to me anything. I don't. The fact that I came in their church peacefully. See, because if you're going to help me straighten out my situation, the thing that you ain't going to do is make me beg. Not after you've made me. We ain't going to do that. You talking about last Wednesday. I came home and I was locked out of the residence that I pay to stay for here. So, yeah, they have a pattern of doing that. It's not the first time that it's happened to me. But it is going to be the last. Let me say that real quick. That's going to be the last time that happened to me. Because, Ellen, I know you don't want me to tell the rest of your story. Because the rest of the story will cause the church, people in your church to run out like roaches if I tell them the rest of your story. See, we ain't going to keep playing with Catherine like I don't know enough about you to destroy you, because I do. Now, I've shown some decor, and I've had some demure that I ain't post nothing up, even after I could come back yesterday. I didn't. But that doesn't mean that I won't, because you've been playing with me like I'm a toy, and I'm not. Hold on. No, this ain't going to be on how this easy. In other words, Kim, in case you don't get it, in other words, if they help me get housing, which they have for the last 10 years, then that's how they're able to make it so that I lose housing, or abuse their authority is a better word of saying it, because of who they are. Like when I lost my apartment on 138 West Logan. Whole apartment full of furniture, everything. Right. So see, the thing that if y'all getting back what y'all put out right now, is because you had no business doing it. See, Ellen, you got away with it. You got away with it. But God said you got by, you ain't really get away. You got by, you ain't get away. Because you ain't had no business doing that. See, because if I was to tell some stuff about you right now, everybody would look at me and say, why is she sick? Because I have the right to. You know, just like y'all going down to Atlanta. Right, see, Right, going to the lot, Carrie, or wherever it's going to be held. See, you all have had the privilege of going on trips and leaving me here, me not being able to do things with my sons that I would like to do. I haven't been able to travel and do things with my sons. But we're going to put a stop to that, because I'm going to get my situation straight. Y'all going to help me get it straight, because if you don't, we're going to have some problems. See, because I ain't going to keep holding your secrets, and you ain't helping me get my stuff together. It ain't going down like that. Y'all just think that it is. It's not going down like that. Y'all ain't going to keep holding something over my head, because the stuff that I hold over your head is worse. See, I ain't got no church. I don't pastor no people. It ain't no let go and let God handle it. Let God handle it ended me over 10 years and I'm just acting stupid. And acting stupid when I came in a church back in May. Right. So see, being as though I joined y'all church, let me say this real loud, because they don't know this. See, I joined y'all church yesterday online. Why I joined y'all church again? Because the same people that got me in trouble is going to be the same people that get me out of trouble. The same people that lied to the police is going to be the same people that tell the truth. And that's you, Ellen. Oh, you going to get me out of trouble. I don't want you to think that you're not. You ain't going to play no games. I don't know why you think that. I joined your church virtually online yesterday. Sure did. See, because you tried to underscore me when I joined in May. When I came up there when your husband was preaching. You tried it, but you ain't going to try it this time. Because I guarantee you I'm going to get the right hand of fellowship September the 12th. I sure am. Oh, we going to get that straight real quick. Don't act stupid like you usually act. Act like you got some common sense even if you don't. You're not going to keep playing that game with me like you played before. E9 has a policy that it helps its members. Well, the thing is that you got me in all this trouble, Ellen. You did that. So then you're going to get me out. Kim, the issue is that the first lady, the fake ass first lady up there, right? She did some crooked, shady shit. And the crooked, shady shit that she did was she filed the false police report me with her fake ass. So that's the reason why I see that she's going to help me and her husband's going to help me get out of this, because ain't nobody tell her to file no false police report. Ain't nobody tell her to do that. Right. See, they're going to get me out of the trouble that they got me in because they ain't had no business playing games. Having police come down there and put no handcuffs in my flower pot. All sorts of types of stupid stuff. So see, Ellen, see, I could put it, don't do it to yourself. See, I don't owe you or anybody else to be quiet about what has happened to me. I don't. I don't. Y'all have done some of the most egregious things to me. Last week coming home, I didn't feel good and you don't have me locked out. Y'all lucky that y'all secret ain't out there. Y'all should say thank you, Catherine. That's what y'all should say. Don't tell me about no letting God handle it. Ain't no letting no God handle it. You ain't had no business locking me out my residence. The cookie must crumble and so did I. Pay attention. Cookies crumble. So I didn't crumble when I came home last week, and it's no bolt behind my door. If I turn the cameras on right now, you'll see ain't no bolt behind my door. Somebody was holding it. I can run down the steps right now and show y'all. There's no bolt behind my door. So that means nobody shouldn't be locking me, having it where I can't get in. You ain't had no business doing that, Ellen, but don't worry. You're going to rectify your mistake. And so is your husband. It's always a mistake to lock me out of anywhere from now on. Said it and I meant it. They had no business. You see, you played them games with other people, and they have allowed you to play them, so y'all think your heads is big. No, you're not. Read in the Bible. What does the Bible say about pride? It say pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit goes before a fall. Pride goes before destruction. Solomon said a haughty spirit goes before a fall. Who do y'all think y'all are that y'all can keep having somebody tossed out of their residences? You want me to put them back on want me to name all the places that you had me thrown out of besides 138 West Logan, 75 East Sharpneck, 4807 Germantown, 27th? You want me? Because I can go down a list, baby. And see, the thing is, I got the paperwork for one of them. And here's the whole thing. I ain't producing my paperwork without no cash apps. I'm sure enough not. Because I had to go over to the court and get those. And although they gave it to me free, the other paperwork that I can get is archived, which means I would have to pay for it. I'm not paying for it. Other paperwork is archived. I'm not going to pay for it. Why? Because people want all my information. And when ZX gave it to y'all, he gave y'all wrong information. If you want me to give you right information after some of y'all done ran with my information, y'all better hit my, y'all can hit my, not y'all better. If y'all would like it, y'all can hit it, because that wasn't right. Y'all was running with information that ZX told y'all after I told y'all what he said wasn't true. Y'all still was running with it, repeating it, and you had it all wrong. Y'all talked about my probation as if I had to lie about being on probation. Never did. I said I was on probation for a crooked-ass cop that was smoking crack. Now, next. Didn't say I was smoking crack because I wasn't. And no, he's not a police officer for the Philadelphia Housing Authority anymore. Officer George Eric Beckett. Last time he saw me, he was trying to hug me and kiss me. Sure enough was. Right there down at the Love Park. Gave me a hug and a kiss, talking about, I want to take you back. I want to take you to the corner store. Facts. Because they have to help me get over what they have to help me get over, Kim. Because that's the type of stuff that they do. Have me locked out. They've done it more than one time. Had me locked out of my residence at 138 West Logan. Had me tossed out of 3144 West Gordon. Had me tossed out of 75 East Sharpneck Street. Had me tossed out of, I can go down a list of places that they've had me tossed out of last 10 years. See, y'all owe me that. Y'all owe me to straighten out this situation. Because you played a game that I wasn't never playing. I didn't come up to Ardmore and have the sheriff to toss y'all out of the home that y'all own. Not rent. Own. See, that's why y'all want to keep me in rented places, so whenever you feel like it, you could just toss me out. But that's not going to wash with me this time. I said that back in May. We ain't going to keep playing these games. Not, not I said fall. We ain't gonna keep playing these games because they had me toss out Kim because all the stuff that's at their, all them ideas they're using at their church, I wrote them. So what they did was, this is what they did. They thought this trip around, Enon North, they thought Enon North's book was at my mom's house. It wasn't at my mom's house. I sent the original book to Reverend Miles, and inside of the book I said, you didn't pay me for the last trip. That's what I said. I said, you ain't paid me. And Alan, when I met you, you only had 11,000 members. You got more than 11,000 now. See how selfish and narcissistic you are? See, to the woman that helped you, Ellen didn't help you. Let me say that real loud. Go tell your frat brothers that. Ellen she's benefiting off of what I did. All them other women around you who you spend money on, they're benefiting off what I did because you do stuff for them that you don't do for me. See, the cream of the crop around here is me. The genius is me. I can toot my own horn. Why? Because I wrote that book and you did not. So I said, the next time you do something blockbuster, it had my name in it. You want me to remake my book and put my name back in my own book? I could do that. That's not hard. But I bet you this time I put my picture outside of the book. So they were very clear about who the genius is around here. And I'm not being smart when I say it either. Your wife seems to have it twisted. Ain't nobody take nothing away from her. She wants credit that she don't get. The only credit that she gets is she's my sister. And the human trafficking work, that's the only credit. You talking about, we could scrap all my ideas right here, right now. We could throw them in the trash. I bet you I could write 5 more books about Enon right now. But if that's not good enough for you, okay. I'll just write one since y'all can't keep up. I could just write one. I'll give you a book, Alan, and I'll take a book. We could start right now. You could throw all them ideas in the trash. Let's start over. Go. Bet you I had my book completed by the end of the day, not the week, the day. I bet you don't have nothing in your book. You want to? We could do a challenge. Let's see who can write another book challenge. Let's put that up there. I'm putting it on my wall. I'm going to challenge you, Alan. Let's see who can write another book. Will it be Catherine, the person who wrote the first book? Actually, 6 books of mine you got. Because you got one of them that I left there, and then you had Aaron to come scoop up the rest of them. So see, if we're going to tell the truth, we're going to tell it. Tell your frat brothers that. But see, I'm always willing to make amends, I said. You can scrap all those ideas and we can start over. I got an empty book right now. I ain't used it yet, but I'm about to use it, though. We can start over. Hey, Teron, we can start over. Right. See, if we want to be better than what we was before, see, Alan, you want everybody else to be better than you have to be better. See, you being better would be you acknowledging the fact, and you don't really have to, but you could acknowledge the fact that we could get along. If you don't want to acknowledge the fact that you stole my ideas, there's no big deal about that. Because I challenge you right now, right here, right now. I'll send you a book. Of course I will. Send you. Listen to the words. I'm going to make sure that you get a book. I'm going to send you 2 of them. Pay attention. I'm going to send you 2 books, but I only want you to write in one. See, I'm going to send you 2 because you like to lie and say you didn't get it. I'm going to send you 2 books. And I want you to fill those books up with ideas for E9. Right now for 2027. See, I already know what I want to put in the book. But since you're such a visionary, I want you to write it. I'm going to send them. I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to get copies of them. I'm going to get 2 of them. See, I'm going to send actually 3 of them. Actually, I'm not going to send 2. I'm going to send 3. See, because I'm going to send you 2027 E9 North. And I'm going to see if you're going to fill that one up. How about that? I'm going to send you E9 North. Send you 3 composition books. Since you claim to be a visionary. So you can't be something that you're really not. But what you can do is give credit to the person that is, and that would be me. Didn't I write an idea called Blended Family Ministries? I did back in 1994. It was in the book that I gave Granada. The book that you have is a copy. It's not the original. Granada had the original. How could you have the original when the book was from my son's father? Even though he's deceased, you never had the original. See how that works? I'm not even being smart or trying to down you right now. I'm just telling you that you were running around with a book that was already in use. If my son's father had his church in 95, 94, and I didn't come to your church till 2008, then that mean that stuff was already being used. He used some of the ideas and some of the ideas he didn't. Blended family ministry was one of them. It was an idea about people who have been married more than one time and they have children, how to blend their families. Go look it up. It's in the book. Right. Go look it up. So you got all those people around you, got all those wonderful ideas, but they ain't had no ideas about no ministry, though. Pay attention. They got so much smart stuff to say about Catherine. See, I don't like that. They got so much smart stuff to say about me, but none of them can't write no ideas. Not none of them. Want me to go down the list? Okay. Not one of the people. Not Reverend Newberry. Not Reverend Miles. Not your brother-in-law, Reverend Murphy. Who else you want me to name? Not Sherilyn Smith. Not Deacon Cannon. Not Deacon Sherrod. Both of them. None of them can write no ideas for them to talk trash about Catherine. Catherine, excuse me. So the Bible says that when you do something, you live to see it happen. It's called fruition. Well, then since I should live to see it happen, I should be able to go back to what I wrote. And that's my stuff over there, Alan. It's not yours. But if you want to fight me, then take me to court. Because right now I'm laying down my sword and telling you the only thing I want to do is see what I wrote into fruition. But if you want to fight, Catherine, I'm giving you my name right now, Catherine Sherelle Powell. It could be E9 Tabernacle Baptist Church versus Catherine Sherelle Powell, because the daggone sure wouldn't be Catherine Sherelle Powell versus E9. See, that's my stuff over there, and I'm willing to let you all use my stuff. Stop acting stupid over there, though. That's what I said. Stop acting stupid over there. It's not you all stuff. When I come, I deserve to be respected. Somebody made the song, "You're Gonna Live to See It Happen." I'm already living to see that it has happened. I'm just not getting respect. You know, a person when they're alive, they want to get their flowers. They want to be recognized. Y'all ain't really got to recognize me. Just let me be. Just let me be, like the song says. Right. Jason Nelson said that. Not Jonathan, Jason. The twins, they both sing. Right. I didn't ask you all to put my name around lights when I come in there. I asked you all for respect, and y'all can't even do that. Right. I asked you all for respect. I deserve to be respected. I already said that, Kim. I said that months ago that they stole my stuff. I said that years ago that they stole my stuff. I put it on my Facebook page. All those ideas over there are mine. Ain't none of them Pastor Wallace except for anything from 2008 on is my ideas, not theirs. So E9 North, which would have been Brewery Town, North Philly and Strawberry Mansion, that's my idea. The book that I made has my name in it. It says A Vision by Catherine Sherelle Powell. Don't say nothing about no Alan in there. I'm not taking nothing away from you, Alan, but that's not your idea. God didn't give it to you. He gave it to me. It's amazing how people want to shine in your stuff. You can't shine in my stuff. God gave it to me. He didn't give it to you, and you weren't in the car when it happened. But ask the lady who I was in the car with, what did I say to her? I said, why you ain't got no church down here? That's what I said. Go ask her. I ain't got to lie about it. She was driving past there. I said, why you ain't got no church down here? That's what I said. I said it. See, I'm not upset if now you say you don't want to do it, because I would take it and do it by myself without you and take y'all name off of it. That's simplified. But I ain't gonna sure let nobody rise to the top and then act like they don't recognize me. No, y'all not gonna do that ever again in this lifetime. That's what I said. Deacon Sherrod, Deacon Calvin Cannon. We're not going to act like Catherine is some peon when she walks through the door. I ain't say y'all had to get down and worship me. All I asked you for is to speak. You can't say, hi, Catherine, how you doing? Come down off your high horse. That's what I said. Come down off your high horse. Just say, Catherine, how you doing? That would be good enough for me. Y'all can't even say that. Y'all acted real stupid. You did. That is why I fell out with these people, Kim. Is because they used my stuff, they didn't pay me. And then tried to act stupid about it. You can't never act stupid. See, that's why God letting y'all go through all this. Y'all wonder why what you say, Pastor Wiley, yesterday? It's a life learning lesson. No, ain't no life learning lesson. God letting you go through this because you did something that's not right and you still want to stand up in front of him who is right and act like you don't know. You still want to stand up in front of the God you claim is of your salvation and act like you don't know what you did was wrong. Are you playing with God? Is he a toy to you? He must be. Because if everybody else around you don't know, God knows what you did was wrong. What you think he playing up there in heaven? You actually talk and preach to God like he don't really know what you did was wrong. Please stop saying stuff out your mouth like you did yesterday. It's a learning lesson. No, it wasn't a learning lesson. It should have never been a lesson because you had no business taking somebody's stuff and not paying them and then just kept tossing them out of place after place after place. That's why God is allowing you to go through what you're going through right now because you didn't understand that you had no business doing that. You wouldn't want nobody to do that to you. So why did you think it was okay to do it to me? Right, the pastor, his wife, and the rest of the church people, which would have been the deacons and the trustees. Right. You want to be right in the wrong situation. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. You knew that was wrong when you took my stuff, but you didn't care because I was homeless at the time. Wasn't I homeless when you stole my stuff, Alan? You want me to go back and tell that story? Wasn't I homeless when you stole my stuff? I was. You didn't try to help me. You took my stuff and you advanced yourself. So if you're getting dragged through the mud right now, you deserve to get dragged through the mud. Because you stood up yesterday in the pulpit and you tried to act innocent. You didn't tell the people in your church the truth. You act like God don't know the truth. Maybe I should go. Sir, God knows the truth. You can lie to the people in your church till Jesus cracked the sky. God ain't having you to keep hearing the truth and you not admit it to him. You can lie all you want to lie. God knows the truth. You stole my stuff when I was homeless and you didn't care. And when I did come back in your church and serve and asked you for help, you gave me a behind the kiss, remember? And then this year, right here, this year, you made it so I lost my home again, didn't you? You didn't tell my mama to file the paperwork? You didn't set that all up? You did. So see, the reason why you're being raked over the coals is because you keep doing stupid stuff. When you want somebody's help, you don't make them homeless. Is that how you approach a situation? Having somebody get homeless and so you can step all on them? But see, I'd be wrong if I put your business out here right now, right? I'd be wrong if I put your business out here. Then it'd be, I'm being vindictive. No, you was vindictive for 10 whole years. No anger, Kim. I'm just merely stating the fact. I'm not angry at my former pastor. I just want him to do what's right and stop playing games with me. I don't like to have to drag him or his wife over some money that they could have easily given to me. They have money. The church has money. As it stands right now, the church owes me and he does too because he was a reciprocant. The nerve of him to stand up there yesterday and talk about wheat and tares. If it's wheat and tares, then you're the tare. How about that? Talking about the wheat and the tares grow together. Then you're the tare and you're not the wheat. The nerve of you to stand up there and act like you're self-righteous yesterday. I heard everything that you said. You didn't take no accountability for the part that you played. You tried to make it seem like I tore up your church. You tore up your church when you took my stuff and I was homeless sleeping outside. You want me to go back and get my own arrest records? You want me to pull and show what condition I was in? Didn't you put me back in that same? Do you want me to go and get my own arrest records and show? Okay, because I can do it. I don't like when people try to make me out to be a liar. When you and your wife the biggest liars of them all, I can go back and get my own arrest probation records. I can go back and get that stuff. You didn't try to help me do anything. And last week when I said bring me some barbecue, you gave me a behind a kiss once again. So you got dragged on Saturday. You deserve to get dragged. I'm not going to keep being merciful to people that's giving me their behind the kiss after I won't. I don't care who got something to say about it. It's not them in the situation. If I needed a bag of groceries, could I go over to your church to get some? Or would I go over there and you try to ask me? No, if I needed a bag of groceries, I daggone sure should be able to go over to your church and get some. I should. Right. If I needed something right now, would you cash at me? Would anybody else who talk trash about me cash at me? Or would you act like you don't know me and just, right. But you let this situation linger for 10 years and then you want to stand there and talk about God yesterday. So God told you to let this situation linger. You're a liar. He did not. He told you to fix stuff when it's broken. See, you cherry pick Matthew, but I see you ain't go down to Matthew 18 when it says if you have an order against somebody to fix it. You ain't talked about that though, did you? Of course you didn't. You ain't talked about that. Oh, it ain't gonna be if they choose not to, Kim. That's not an option. Cause like I said, I know something about Pastor Wilder and his wife right now that will destroy their whole church. I'm not playing them games with them. I said it and I meant it. They're going to fix the wrong that they did to me. I don't know about what they did to other people. Let's not talk about other people. Because y'all played that game with other people too. You want me to start talking? Didn't y'all have one of y'all members and y'all played that game with them? And Pastor Wilder, wasn't you on top of that member's probation? Why would the pastor be on top of somebody's? Don't make me talk because I know some stuff. You would never be on top of my probation. Because I daggone sure would have told the judge that's a conflict of interest. But that person didn't. But you won't play them games. You won't play them games with me like you did with them. I'm a different kind of Leo. All the way. You gonna never do what you did to that person. You won't never do that to me. I guarantee you that. You gonna never stand in front of no judge talking about you want to be on top of somebody's probation. Who are you? Your own life is jacked up. See, people have allowed you to do to them, sir, what you won't ever do to Kathy. You ever heard of meeting your match? I'm matched up for you, even though I ain't matched up for you financially. I'm matched up for the fight. And that is, if you're fighting a spiritual fight, then I'm matched up for it. Because ain't nobody going to stand up there and do what you ever again in this lifetime. You did too much. You use my ideas and then you continue to walk on me and treat me like trash. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Said that and I meant that. With all sincerity. How dare you stand up in front of a judge and tell somebody you want to be on top of somebody's probation? You ain't on top of your own life at home. That's a slap in the face. I probably would have said that you just said some dumb stuff to any judge that would have been giving me probation. Heck no. So see, you played this game. You've played it before. But you ain't going to play it with me. And I'm not going to name the person's name. Of course I know who it is. I bet you won't play that with me. You want to be on top of somebody's probation. You don't even run nothing in your household. Nevertheless, your church. But you want to be on top of something. That was a slap in the face. I'd have told the judge right there when it was said. Your Honor, he don't run his whole household. Is you for real? I'd have said it right to the judge right in front of your face. He don't run his household or his church. Is you for real? See, people that don't get control, have some control in your household first and then your church before you stand in front of a judge talking about you want to be on top of somebody's probation. Absolutely not. So see, if I ever need to go to court for this dumb stuff, I'm going to pull all of that out. You have abused your authority. Your members, your deacons, they have allowed you, but you ain't going to do it with me. Keep trying to make somebody homeless because you think you want to help them. That's not the way to help. Does God say toss somebody out so you can help them? See, you preach that word, but you do contrary to what the word says. Having somebody tossed out of their home, like you've done me numerous times, and then say that you want to help, how you help them. Please hit the like button. And Cash App, my Cash App is Catherine Powell, 6803. Catherine Powell, Cash App, $ Catherine Powell, 6803. That's my Cash App. Now, I've given y'all over an hour. I've talked about a little bit of everything. Y'all know I don't too much talk about beef sector stuff. Although I was over there yesterday. Y'all know Ness is going to have her Lunchables challenge on the 16th.
And originally I said I was going to do it, and then I bowed out once I found out what it was involved. I decided not to. I have some other things going on in my life that need my attention, so I really need to be focused on them. I'll try to come back later on and talk about Nolan Wells. I have to see how the day is going to go. If not, I will do it later on this week. I wanted to collaborate with somebody. I'm going to find somebody to collaborate with because I definitely got a lot to say about Nolan Wells. Nolan Xavier Wells, excuse me. The young man that they alleged drowned. So if I don't see y'all for the rest of the day, this is a magnificent, marvelous Monday. Magnificent, marvelous Monday. Let's start the week off right. The Bible says, and I'm going to close it with this. This is the day that the Lord has made. I shall, I don't know about you, rejoice and be glad in it. Goodbye.